the biggest thing in your life is it's all learning. And if you don't learn, then you're stiff-necked. And it means you think you know it all, and God can't teach you nothing. That's when hard-heartedness starts coming in, and that's when you start backsliding. And I do believe in backsliding as it means you're still saved to the point where you walk away. I do believe you can walk away from the faith. I'm not one of them say once saved, always saved. I'm not one of them say once saved, if saved. I believe that you can walk away from Christ. 100%. And usually what that entails of is when you put yourself in and you quit reading this. So I'll point to the Facebook right now. If you say you're a Christian and you're not reading the Word, I beg to differ with you. Because if you are a believer in Christ, you will plead, you will want the Word, you'll crave the Word. And like me, I can't read the Word per se, open this up and get it, but I'll listen to it. Then when I do read it, God pops stuff out. That's how I do my study. I'll listen to it, I'll do my studies, and then when I read it, say, oh yeah, I remember this, yeah. Okay, it jumps off the page to me. But I can read it like this and nothing. There's a systematic God's worked in me. So if you say you're a believer, you will go assembling with the saints. God says, the reason why I do believe there's believers that don't go to church. Why? They're just barely in the door. When they get to heaven, they're going to have 2 bruises on each cheek because they just barely got on that door and it's going to pinch the button and going to just, like the skin of their teeth. And they're like, oh, I did make it. Yeah, and God will say to them, and you could have had it so much better on earth if you would have fellowshiped. But you were so tied up to yourself and so worried about what you had to do and change that you wouldn't go to church. You didn't want accountability. Us as believers, we don't want accountability. Why? If there's accountability, then you what? Have to change. And that's the scary part for us. Because again, it goes back to what I said before. We grab on what we know as our norm. So if the woman's going from an abusive household, she'll go to an abusive household. That's her norm. Like me, I yelled a lot. My wife can't handle yelling. I'm a yeller. Because that's what my dad did to my grandpa. That's what, we yelled. Me and Dad yelled. Didn't mean nothing about it, but we yelled. It highly affects my wife when I raise my voice. So I've really had to work over that. I didn't like it at first. But God goes, it's the tone. If you love her, you'll change. And that's something we have to work on. So as you see this, so I believe if you're a believer, yes, you will go to church. You'll find a fellowship. And if you're scared that you're going to get hurt there at the church, you're right. You will, because there's other people there. That means you're people hurt, not church hurt. Every person that's ever been church hurt has not been hurt by God. They've been people hurt. And if you find a perfect church, don't go because you'll ruin it because you're imperfect.